Jake Paul has been furiously accusing the UFC president Dana White of having a cocaine addiction. In return, White suggested Paul get tested for steroids, and his results were leaked. What was the outcome? Will Paul and White ever reach an agreement over their arguments? Stay tuned to find out more about this and other boxing news. First, Dana White counters Jake Paul's demands with a daring challenge. Jake Paul simply refuses to leave Dana White alone, until he succumbs to his demands at least. What does the professional American boxer want from the UFC president? Well, we'll tell you. Paul wants White to treat all fighters fairly, offer them proper long-term healthcare facilities, and increase the pay per fight for all fighters. Dana White responded to these demands by slamming Paul and saying that he doesn't bring in the ratings. In addition to dragging Paul through filth for wanting to use a fight with Masvidal for ratings, White challenged Jake to regularly get tested for steroids for the coming 2 years. How did Jake Paul react to this? The fighter had already claimed that if White implemented the demands he put forward by March, he would retire from boxing and even be willing to fight Jorge Masvidal. However, Paul claims that while he has acknowledged all of Dana's conditions and challenges, he's been ignored in return. Next, Jake Paul accepts to get tested for steroids. As we've already discussed before, Paul is not someone who easily backs down from a challenge. Being a man who keeps his word, the boxer accepted White's challenge of getting tested for steroids. Let's be real. Jake Paul must have accepted this challenge by wanting something in return. What was his condition? The fighter said he doesn't mind being steroid tested only if Dana White does the same for all the other UFC fighters. It doesn't end here though. Paul further went on to claim that he thinks Dana White's favoritism is allowing certain UFC fighters to get away with the anti-doping policy. What is this policy all about? The UFC maintains a strict policy that includes testing fighters regularly to monitor if they are abusing any substances to get the upper hand in the fights they participate in. Countering Paul's accusations of Dana having issues with cocaine, the UFC president called out Paul of being a cheater and taking steroids. We're shocked to see Paul tackle the accusation by taking it as a compliment, because he's proud of the fact that he can win fights without taking any drugs at all. Dana laughed it off by saying that Jake can randomly test him for cocaine for the next 10 years if it meant that he got to test him for steroids for 2 years respectively. Jake Paul's steroid drug test results leaked. Jake Paul accepted getting tested for steroids if White promised to do the same for his other fighters. Shockingly, the results of Paul and Tyron Woodley leaked ahead of their match. What was the result of it? According to The Sun, both fighters passed their tests with no banned substances found in their systems before the match. The Florida Athletic Commission released a statement saying that they are obligated to keep matters of all medical drug testing under the wraps due to privacy concerns. However, the news of the leaked negative test results went viral after Paul bravely accepted White's request to get tested. The boxer used this opportunity to once again slam the UFC president by saying that he keeps dodging Paul's demands because he's a selfish and a greedy person. Paul further added that Dana can't even bother to pay fighters who risk their lives in the octagon more than $12,000. It's no secret that this debate between the two has been going on for a long time, and Jake Paul doesn't intend to slow down anytime soon. According to Jake Paul, other fighters in the UFC are too scared to stand up to Dana White as he does because they don't want to lose their careers. To conclude, the problem child is not letting go of White's collar anytime soon, and we can't wait to see in which direction this messy feud goes into next. Russian boxer Sakhyan passes away at 26. Moving on, we have some sad news to break. Like every other sport in the world, boxing has its dangers too. Taking a fight on short notice cost a talented 26-year-old boxer to lose his life on January 7, 2022. How did this happen? Sakhyan stepped into the ring to fight Igor Semerin. As reported by Boxing Scene, it took 8 painful rounds for Semerin to knock Sakhyan out. By the time the fight ended, the Russian middleweight could barely stand on his legs and had to be carried out on a stretcher. What injuries did Arest suffer? The fight took place on December 26, 2022, after which Sakhyan was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with subdural hematoma. If you're wondering what this is, we'll tell you. It's a condition where blood pools up in the space between the skull and the surface of the brain. Arest's sister, Svetlana Petorian, commented that her brother rushed into the fight with very little preparation after having to lose 30 pounds of weight quickly. What else did she say? The distraught sibling claimed that the match came to a stop quite late, and no one moved forward to halt it. Within a short span of 2 weeks, the Armenian-born Russian boxer passed away due to cerebral edema during surgery. Semerin sorrowfully expressed his condolences to Arest's family. With a heavy heart, we mourn the loss of a young soul and great talent to the boxing community. Fraser Clark dreams of fighting his role models in the ring. Fraser Clark is all set to make his big debut on February 19th 2022. On Sky Sports Box Office Live, the British boxer has already spoken up about his career targets. Who are they? Fraser wants to step into the boxing ring to fight people he's inspired by. Clark named boxing legends Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua as his inspirations. The 30-year-old signed a contract with Sky Sports Boxing and Boxer and has already had the honor of being compared to Joe Joyce. Clark's promoter, Ben Shalom, thinks his skills are as good as the 2016 Olympic silver medalist. What more is Fraser aiming for, though? The boxer dreams of becoming a world champion in the next 5 years. We can't say much for now, but his determination makes it seem like nothing can break his spirit. Clark is proud of being an Olympic bronze medalist and is satisfied with his performance during the boxing training sessions. What is his motto, though? Clark believes his job is to secure all the titles and victories and be as big as his role models. He believes that his journey to become an undefeated world champion will take time before things begin to fall in place. We love how enthusiastic he is and can't wait for his professional debut. Tyson Fury humiliates Anthony Joshua for losing 3 big titles to Usyk. Tyson Fury berated Anthony Joshua for losing 3 heavyweight titles to Ukrainian boxer Oleksandr Usyk. Why did this happen? This happened because Joshua's embarrassing losses negatively impacted Fury's career and reputation too. The disappointment is too big to bear, and British boxing fans are walking out after seeing the way Joshua failed to beat Usyk. Fury wants Joshua to step aside for the time being because the matter extends way beyond public humiliation. If Joshua would have successfully defeated Usyk in September of 2021, Fury would be stepping into the ring to challenge him for a fight worth $100 million. Unfortunately, Fury now has to fight Dillian Whyte for a lesser amount and even a lesser number of fans interested in the match. What more did Fury have to say to Joshua, though? The fellow British boxer had nothing but insults lined up for Joshua about how useless he is. The loss of the prestigious IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight titles is no joke. We think Tyson is valid for expressing his anger and frustration, since Joshua flushed years of Fury's achievements down the drain. However, that's just the way any sport is. One always has to be on the losing end, and this time, it was a big name. A 12-year-old Russian boxer goes viral for knocking a tree down. Evnika Sadvakas has been titled the world's strongest girl for her spectacular boxing skills. The video of the 12-year-old girl was uploaded to social media, where she can be seen punching a tree in the woods. How long did it take for her to knock it down? It took less than a minute for the tree to collapse. Yeah, you heard that right. Her lethal and powerful punches went viral on the internet, causing many to praise her dedication and her skill. But this isn't the first time she's ever gone viral. The Russian boxer went viral at the age of 8 for throwing 100 punches in under 1 minute. So, a lot of people are asking, what's her training routine like? Evnika's trainer is none other than her father, Rustam Sadvakas, a well-known professional boxing coach. He trains his gifted daughter to polish her boxing skills a total of 5 times a week. Evnika resides in Voronezh with her parents and 7 siblings. Shockingly, another clipping shows her punching dents in a steel door with her bare knuckles. Her father says nothing but great things about her when it comes to her boxing skills. The man praised his daughter's skills and revealed that he picked up on her talent when she was making moves at the age of only 4 years old. We're glad he was there to encourage and support her. We look forward to the day Evnika Sadvakas can make her professional debut as a boxer and step into the ring for the first time. But for now, that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching.